The number in this title is real. Tesla did delete 370 parts from a car, but not with one casting. They were replaced by 3, so the headline is half right, which is exactly what makes it worth taking apart. This title makes 2 quiet leaps. One is about a number of castings. The other is about the private feelings of the insurance industry. And both of them claim more than the record actually shows. Here is how we are going to keep it honest. We are going to check the title against what is genuinely written down, and we will call that the ledger. There is a parts ledger, which tells us what really replaced what, and there is an insurer's ledger, which tells us what those companies actually did, not what a headline imagines they felt. By the end, you will know precisely what got replaced by what, and precisely how insurers reacted. And both stories are more interesting than the scary version. If you enjoy this kind of careful teardown, subscribing costs you nothing, and it quietly makes sure the next one reaches you. So let us open the ledger, starting with that number. First, the good news for the title. The number 370 is not some internet exaggeration. It comes straight from Tesla's own Battery Day presentation back in 2020. On stage, the company said its new architecture would cut 370 parts out of the car, drop the body weight by about 10%, and add roughly 14% of range. That is the source, on the record, from the company itself. And it does not just rest on the company's word. An independent teardown firm later pulled these cars apart and checked. They found the core structure of the car had indeed shed hundreds of parts and lost roughly 125 kilograms of weight compared with the older bolted-together design. So on the raw count, give the title full credit. 370 is a real, verified, independently confirmed number, not a marketing rounding. The engineering achievement underneath it is genuine. The problem is not the number. The problem is the word sitting right next to it. Before we get to that word, a quick but important correction on the first 2 words of the title, because they set a pattern. Tesla's Giga Press. Tesla does not actually own that name. Giga Press is a registered trademark belonging to an Italian machine maker called Hydra. Tesla is a customer. It buys the machines and pushes them harder than anyone, but it does not own the brand, and it did not invent the press. The generic industrial term for what the machine does is high-pressure die casting, or, in car circles, megacasting. Other automakers doing the exact same thing buy their machines from entirely different suppliers, like the Swiss firm Bühler. So calling it Tesla's Giga Press is a bit like calling any tissue a Tesla Kleenex. It is a small slip, but it genuinely matters here, because the whole title has this habit of handing Tesla the credit for things that actually belong to the wider industry. Keep that habit in mind, because the biggest example is coming right now. Here is the word that breaks. 1, as in 370 parts replaced with 1 casting. That is false, and the engineering record proves it cleanly. Those parts were not replaced by a single piece of metal. They were replaced by 3 big interlocking modules working as a system. There is a large casting for the front of the car, there is a second large casting for the rear, and then there is the clever part, the battery pack itself, redesigned to be a structural spine that physically ties the front and rear together and carries load through the middle. Tesla said as much on that very same stage, describing a casting for the front body and the rear body, plural, joined smoothly into the pack. So the 370 is the total across both ends of the car, plus the old floor and the old battery housing, all rolled together. Turning that many parts into 3 big modules is a genuine engineering leap, one worth being impressed by. It is simply not one. It never was. So why does almost everyone picture a single, bathtub-shaped casting, one giant piece? Because for a while, Tesla itself chased exactly that dream. It publicly floated a next-generation car whose entire underbody would be cast as one continuous piece, the so-called unboxed design. It was the boldest version of the idea, and it is the version that would have made this title literally true. But in May 2024, Reuters reported that Tesla quietly walked away from it and stuck with the proven 3-piece method instead. Be precise about what that is. It is reported, not officially confirmed by the company, and it is a retreat from the extreme single-piece form, not an exit from casting. Tesla still casts, heavily, but sit with the irony for a second. The one casting the title celebrates is the exact version the pioneer decided was too risky to build. The real car has always been 3 modules, and the dream of one was set aside by the very company that dreamed it. Now to the second half of the title, and its more emotional claim. Insurers are furious. Every good scare has a real kernel, and this one does too. Back in 2023, a major news agency reported that some electric cars with big structural castings and integrated battery packs were being written off after seemingly minor crashes. A senior figure at a large insurer's technology center warned that scrapping a car too early throws away its entire climate benefit. A well-known teardown engineer said damaged structural packs had, in his words, zero repairability and were headed straight to the grinder, and at the time, that worry was completely reasonable. Nobody yet had a proven way to scan a giant casting for hidden cracks, or a manual for fixing one. So yes, concede it plainly and without spin, there was genuine concern from serious people, backed by real early cases on the road. If the story had frozen there, in 2023, the title might even have had a point. But the story did not freeze there, because the people who actually carry this risk did the unglamorous thing. They tested it. In September 2025, Britain's leading vehicle risk lab, working with a major insurer's technology center, finished a 2-year study. They repeatedly crashed and then repaired the rear casting of a Model Y, and the results turned the fear on its head. At a low-speed impact, the casting took no structural damage at all. At a harder hit, yes, you replace the casting, but the bare part is surprisingly cheap, and the total repair still came out competitive. And the headline finding is the one the title cannot survive. On average, these partial repairs came in about £2,000 cheaper than fixing the equivalent multi-piece steel structure on an older model. Read that again. The technology everyone feared would make these cars uninsurable turned out, when it is designed properly, to be cheaper to fix than the very steel it replaced. The scariest assumption in the entire debate was finally put to a physical test, and it lost. So how do you actually repair a giant casting without scrapping the car? The answer is that it is engineered to be repaired. The rear tips of the casting are cheap, sacrificial rails that act like mechanical fuses. In a minor knock, they crumple and simply unbolt for around £30, without the main casting ever being touched. When the real structure is damaged, technicians follow strict factory manuals with color-coded zones. Some cracks can be welded, slightly worse ones get a bonded reinforcement plate, and in the worst case, they cut along predefined lines built into the part, remove the damaged section, and splice in a fresh factory piece using structural adhesive and rivets. This is not somebody improvising with a welder in a driveway. It is a defined, repeatable, factory-documented process with strict rules, and other makers are building the same thinking straight in. One designed sacrificial crumple zones to protect the main casting, and another baked cut zones directly into its castings so a fender bender never reaches the expensive part. Now, in fairness, the caution was not foolish, and some of it genuinely still stands. Cast aluminum is stiff, and where steel bends and absorbs a hit, a casting can crack, sometimes in a hidden spot far from the dent. Checking for that needs non-destructive scanning, things like ultrasound or a CT scan, which most ordinary body shops simply do not own. So a repair can be perfectly sound and still be bottlenecked to a handful of certified shops, which can mean longer tows and higher labor rates even when the part itself is cheap. And serious car makers took those risks seriously. BMW's chairman flatly said he saw no economic case for very large integrated castings, arguing the repair and tooling costs swallow the savings, and BMW went a different route. Another giant, Stellantis, largely stayed out of the megacasting race too. So the honest position is not that every worry was silly, or that the fear was invented from nothing. Some of those concerns were sharp, they were raised by credible people, and a few of them still have real teeth today. But cautious is not furious, and that gap is the whole point. Look at what insurers actually did, rather than what a headline imagines they felt. They funded a 2-year crash study, they published repair standards and welding certifications, and in early 2026, that same risk lab launched an industry-wide blueprint specifically designed to stop unnecessary write-offs, noting that repair costs had already fallen by around 10% as shops gained experience. That is not the behavior of a furious industry at all. That is the behavior of a calm one, quietly rewriting its own rulebook to profit from a technology that, done right, actually lowers its payouts. There is simply no record of anyone in a position that matters being furious. There is a very clear record of people being analytical. So on the emotion the title is selling, the honest grade is not true, and it is not even overstated. It is no evidence at all. The fury exists in the headline and nowhere in the actual ledger. So here is the verdict, one piece at a time. Tesla's Giga Press. Misleading, the brand and the machine belong to an Italian supplier, not to Tesla. Replaced 370 parts. True, confirmed by the company and by an independent teardown. With one. False, it was 3 interlocking modules, a front casting, a rear casting, and a structural battery pack. And insurers are furious. No evidence. What started as real concern was tested and turned into calm, calculating adaptation. Add it up, and the honest headline reads like this: Tesla and its suppliers turned 370 parts into 3 clever modules, and the insurance world, after a genuine scare, found it cheaper to fix than the steel it replaced. Step back and look at what the title did. It took a real engineering triumph and bent it twice. It shrank 3 clever modules into 1 imaginary casting, and it turned a sober, 2-year study into a tantrum. And it did not need to do either, because the true story is the better one. A front casting, a rear casting, and a battery pack doing double duty as the spine of the car is a more impressive idea than a single magic slab. And an insurance industry that got scared, ran the tests, and found the thing cheaper to fix is a more interesting story than a mob with pitchforks. So here is the question worth sitting with. If the true single-piece car is the version even Tesla walked away from, and the version that actually reached the road turned out cheaper to insure, then who was the furious story really written for? And that points at the next one, because there is a real catch buried in this good news. If only a small number of certified shops can safely fix these cars, are we quietly trading cheaper parts for a repair network only a few places can run? That is the thread we pull next. Until then, when a headline tells you how an entire industry feels, go and read the ledger for yourself.